For 3 hours, President Uhuru Kenyatta, through his legal team, took to the podium at the Supreme Court to defend his triumph at the ballot on 8th of August after his re-election was contested by NASA leader Raila Odinga. The president's lawyers holding that the election was conducted as required by the Constitution.
This case is about a negative invalidation of a political right under Article 38. You must find, for you to invalidate this election, that Kenyans were not entitled to exercise their political right as they did in Article 38. In other words, that right to political right is what you are negating. It's not a case, my lord, of saying that President Uhuru Kenyatta was not elected. No, that's not what is before you.
Kenyatta held that the Supreme Court could only nullify his election if ineligible voters participated or there was blatant disregard of the electoral laws.
And my lord, let me give you an example of, a typical Kenyan setting, a herdsman, for example, from Mandera, who doesn't even speak English or Swahili. He comes to a polling station, he votes with an assistance of one of the officials, he casts his vote. He may not understand the philosophical foundation of all these things, but he understands that he is making a choice. Then he walks out of that polling station and goes back to his cows or camels. My lord, can that choice of that herdsman somewhere in Mandera be invalidated because an officer did not stamp some of the forms when he filled it?
At the heart of Odinga's petition is a claim that his votes were slashed and awarded to Kenyatta fraudulently through an error adjustment formula to deny him the presidency, allegations the president's legal team dismissed.
Because, my lord, this petition is based on the theory that results that were being transmitted by the first and second respondents were intercepted by either aliens or extraterrestrial forces, changed it in favor of the third respondent, don't explain why it was not changed on behalf of Dida or my friend Ekuru, but for the third respondent, manipulated at a frequency of 11%, and the third respondent won, my lord, as a result of that. That is pure science fiction. It can't, it's so absurd that someone can put a chart there and say that the third respondent to win an election because a computer chip has been placed somewhere that manipulated the result that led to a result that the third respondent won the election.
Odinga's legal team had cited a myriad of discrepancies between results captured in the Form 34As in the polling stations and results transmitted to the National Tallying Center, discrepancies Kenyatta's team termed insignificant.
Agents were present. Agents agreed to the tally at the polling stations. The percentage of the agents has been tabulated or indicated in the e-log report is over 90%. And very important, my lords, if there is any problem with transmission of the Form 34A, one simply goes back to the manual 34A, because as our Court of Appeal said, it is the primary document. So we shouldn't have a contest on transmission. We should have a contest, if any, on the numbers in 34A, because those numbers can only speak one voice.
Kenyatta's legal team also dealt with allegations of intimidating chiefs in Makueni County for allegedly drumming up support for Odinga and use of state resources to woo voters.
First, petitioner garnered 301,000 votes from Makueni. 301,000 votes. Despite the so-called intimidation, my client received a paltry 27,000 votes. A small decimal of what the first petitioner received. So where is this intimidation? It is disproved by the results at the poll. It is disproved by the fact that no chief was suspended from duty.
The 7 judges will retreat for 2 days to write their judgment on the petition and render it on Friday. At the heart of the submissions by President Uhuru Kenyatta's legal team is for the 7 Supreme Court judges to throw away the petition filed by NASA leader Raila Odinga challenging the presidential poll outcome declared by IEBC on the 11th of this month, and that way pave the way for Kenyatta's swearing in on the 12th of September to serve a second and final 5-year term. Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV, at the Supreme Court, Nairobi.